More now on that story about the cost of living. We're all feeling the effects of price rises and its necessities, which are really going through the roof, petrol and groceries. So just how much of a problem is it becoming for families? Joining me now is Consumer New Zealand Chief Executive Sue Chetwin. Good morning, Sue.
Morning.
What's contributing to the CPI hitting 5.3%? What's feeding that hike?
Well, it's food prices, fuel prices, electricity prices, and I guess the residue of the big increase in GST in October last year. So that's all combining to make it pretty difficult for families at the moment.
It's the basics that are hurting us then, and historically in New Zealand, Sue, July and August are perhaps the toughest months for Kiwis, aren't they?
Well, they are. They're the coldest months, so you're paying more for your heating, and as well you're paying a lot more for your fruit and vegetables when they're out of season. So it is a difficult time.
Wages haven't kept up with inflation, and that means that people are actually worse off now. So what options do people have when the petrol bills and the grocery bills are going through the roof?
Well, in terms of your grocery bills, it's best to buy seasonal vegetables. And one of the reasons the vegetable prices are up so much is, of course, the flooding in Queensland. So you've got tomatoes up 64% and capsicums and cucumbers. So try and buy seasonal stuff and maybe local stuff if you can. In terms of your electricity, I mean, the government and consumer have got a huge campaign out there at the moment to help people try and cut their electricity bills by making sure they're on their on the right electricity plan. So, make sure you're not throwing your money away at your electricity bills, that you are on the cheapest plan.
And all of this, I guess, contributes to the rocketing Kiwi dollar, which is hurting our exporters. Does anyone win, though, in an environment of high inflation?
Well, look, when you've got the New Zealand dollar so high, you've got importers that are winning. So if you're in the market for anything electronic or any appliances, pretty much none of which are made here, then you should be looking to bargain with a retailer over those, because they will be having a bonanza. So
a good time, you think, to be buying something like a laptop, perhaps?
Yeah, a laptop or an iPad, that's if you can actually find one to buy.
OK, where do you think inflation's likely to go in future, particularly with the Christchurch rebuild just around the corner?
Well, look, some of the pundits are saying that, this is extraordinary because it's still the after effects of GST, and once you strip that out, the inflation is about 3.3%, which is still high. Look, I think for ordinary people, they're going to have to watch their mortgages, because interest rates are going to go up. So if they're on floating rates, then, keep an eye on that and fix them as soon as they think that, there's been a change over there. People are just going to have to keep an eye on their costs.
OK, so you say a rise in interest rates is around the corner. That's going to come from the Reserve Bank. When do you think they're likely to act?
Well, they will probably act before the end of the year. People are saying December.
OK, so in the meantime, it's hold tight and just look at those bills, I guess, isn't it? And look around for a few specials.
Well, you're making sure that you are using your money as efficiently as you possibly can, and there are ways to make savings.
All right, Sue Chetwin from Consumer New Zealand. Appreciate your time this morning and your analysis.